Governor of the great state of Texas, Kinky Friedman.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome, Kinky.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, Kinky.
Mucus Garcias.
Donata Kinky.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Now that was little Jewford. He's a Jew and he drives a Ford. All right? And he's wearing Elvis's shower curtain. Very nice. Doug, thank you very much. It's great to be here, folks. And the food is killer bee. The food is great. I got to say, folks, you probably know that I'm the only candidate running who has no political experience whatsoever. None at all. I'm 61 years old. That's too young for Medicare and too old for women to care. But I care about what's happening to Texas, and I don't like where Texas has gone. I think the train is in the ditch right now. The governor says that Kinky is wrong, that it's impossible to abolish the tax on small businesses. But folks, it's not. It's simple, really. All we have to do is abolish Governor Perry on November 7th, and then Governor Kinky will abolish the tax on small businesses. It's very simple. Thank you very much. Because we're sitting on a huge surplus, maybe $12–13 billion. And the spending needs to be capped. The spending has gone up 18%. Where has it gone, I ask you? Where is all this money going? I wonder if they're buying those billboards that tell us how much the lottery has done for education. It's a Republican dirty trick right here. Well, I see these billboards everywhere I go. It must have cost somebody millions of dollars. Maybe it cost us or the lottery. I'm not sure. All I know is, now, if you live in the state of Georgia, folks, if you have a B average in high school or better, you go to college free because of the Georgia lottery. In Texas, nobody goes to college free. In Texas, the kids are broke and the institutions are rich. So I want the young people to help out in Texas. I say if you're old enough to fight in Iraq, you're old enough to help us fix Texas. Get the old farts that have given millions of dollars, get them off the boards of regents. That will bring the tuition down, I promise you. But then again, that's common sense. You know that my spiritual advisor, Billy Joe Shaver, says, you can lead a politician to water, but you can't make them think. They just won't do it. So really, I think the enemy is the lobbyists, the politicians. Musicians can better run this state than politicians, folks. We really can. We won't get a lot done in the mornings now, okay? But we'll work late, and we will be honest. That's why I advocate Willie Nelson heading up the new Texas Energy Commission, which is renewable fuels, biodiesel, ethanol, farmers' co-ops all across the state of Texas. Believe me, and the people that are laughing about Willie Nelson doing this, I always like to caution them, because it's going to have the effect of clean energy, number one, and it's going to drop the prices at the pump because of simple supply and demand. We get enough people trying biodiesel. I myself am going to put 35,000 school buses on biodiesel, the whole state fleet on biodiesel, and I'll trade in my own Yom Kippur Clipper, which is a Jewish Cadillac. It stops on a dime and it picks it up, basically. I'm going to trade that in for a diesel so I can try biodiesel myself. So, I mean, just think about it. Texas ingenuity got the oil out from the sands of Saudi Arabia in the first place. We did that. And what thanks do we get? We pay top prices at the pumps. is the fact that billions of dollars are going out all the time for casino gambling in 5 states, none of whom are called Texas. We're supporting these 5 states. We took the poorest little town in Mississippi, Tunica. We made it the richest little town in Mississippi. And I just returned from a fact-finding trip to Las Vegas myself last week. Well, I'll tell you what I found. I found that half the people there are from Texas. Every 2 minutes you run into somebody from Texas. So let's bring the money back home, and let's pay for education that way, and pay for a lot of other things that way. We haven't done it, Texas Hold'em. We can't even play it here. And finally, let me say, as long as we're on legalizing casino gambling, Bob here has told me, Bob goes to Vegas almost as much as I do. He says it might be worth $25 to $30 billion as far as business, construction, all that. It might be a huge tourist boom for places like Corpus Christi and Galveston, Padre Island. And keep it local option. If you don't want it in San Antonio, you just vote it out. You don't have to have it. Now, what could be fairer than that? So I think that's one thing that we've got to do right away. The other thing I want to do is you realize you haven't seen any pay toilets around in the past 10 years maybe, or 20 years. The pay toilet has disappeared. I want the toll road to disappear as well. No toll roads in Texas. We do not need them. And we don't need the Trans-Texas Corridor. We know that. There isn't one person I've met yet who really thinks that's a great idea. There is one? No? There he is. Okay. All right. If I can reach one person, I think I'm a success. Let me tell you, folks, I'll be signing books, T-shirts, bumper stickers, caps over there afterwards. I'll sign anything but bad legislation. Young people. Young people may make the whole difference in this election. If you vote, politics as usual is gone. It's not Kinky Friedman versus Rick Perry or Kinky versus Grandma. It's Kinky versus apathy. That's all it is. Apathy. If enough people vote, we win this thing. We're going to win it. And so I remind you the same thing I tell young people. Because my dad always told me, treat children like adults and adults like children. And they're not really children. I mean, if you're able to fight in Iraq, you're not a child at all. So I remind the kids that Cesar Chavez is not a street, and that Ronnie Reagan is not an airport. JFK is not an airport. Martin Luther King is not a street. They were real people, flesh and blood people like you and me. The only difference was they realized that the cavalry is not coming to save us. We got to do it ourselves. And that's why I say, ask not if you're proud of Texas. Ask if you've made Texas proud of you. God bless you. Thank you very much. May the God of your choice bless you. Thank you.